Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. My name is Firuze, and I am a Community Resource Navigator at Strides Toronto. I've been with the organization for 9 years. Today, I'm joined by my colleague, Dell, who is a Community Resource Navigator as well and has worked here over 30 years. We are both excited to be here with you today. I would like to mention that this webinar will be recorded and can be accessed on our website, but we will not be recording the Q&A at the end of the webinar. Your camera and microphone will be automatically turned off, and the chat would be available for questions and comments. Okay, today we will be introducing you to Strides Toronto, who we are, what we do, and how our programs can support you and your family. Here is what we will be covering for tonight: land acknowledgement and overviews of Strides Toronto and the services we offer, a closer look at some of our key programs, and time for your questions at the end. We have prepared a PowerPoint presentation to guide us through the session, and we kindly encourage you to reserve any questions for the Q&A segment at the end. Please feel free to put any questions in the Q&A, and we will address them at the end. But before we begin, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the land we are on. The land acknowledgement will be read by Dell. Dell, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'd like to start by honoring the land that we're on, which has been the site of human activity since time immemorial. It is the traditional territories of the Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit River First Nations. Ontario is covered by 46 treaties and other agreements, and is home to many Indigenous nations from across Turtle Island, including the Inuit and the Métis. These treaties and other agreements, including the One Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, are agreements to peaceably share and care for the land and its resources. Other Indigenous nations, Europeans, and newcomers were invited into this covenant in the spirit of respect, peace, and friendship. We are mindful of broken covenants, and we strive to make this right with the land and with each other. We are all treaty people. Many of us have come here as settlers, immigrants, newcomers in this generation or generations past. I would also like to acknowledge those of us who came here forcibly, particularly as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. Therefore, I honor and pay tribute to the ancestors of African origin and descent. Now we will begin our PowerPoint presentation. So Strides Toronto is a multi-service agency. That means we have a variety of services that we offer. We provide services to the community from prenatal to the age of 29. Services are offered predominantly in person. However, based on the service and community needs, services have been offered virtually. They're offered individually or in group formats. And we also operate 2 live-in treatment programs and support TDSB classrooms across Scarborough. We are in schools, in early on centers, and we partner with numerous organizations and hospitals. So we develop services ensuring that we put our clients in the center. We keep up to date on best practices informed by evidence. Being inclusive, equitable, and accessible is the center of our approach. We are committed to supporting the diversity in our communities. We've been the lead in children's mental health since 2015, which means we work with and lead many of the system changes across Toronto that work to better serve the children, youth, and families of Toronto. Most of our services are provided in East Toronto. However, we do support some provincial initiatives, as in One Stop Talk and our Youth Outreach Worker Program. Every 4 years, we complete an accreditation process. This process looks into our policies, our record keeping, and reviews our work against a long list of standards. Achieving good standing is an organizational commitment in all areas of the organization. and Strides Toronto employs over 350 employees across 19 plus locations. Our mission. So we build strength and resilience with infants through our prenatal program and infant massage, youth through the Zone Newcomer Youth Program, Youth Outreach Worker, and Youth Wellness Hubs, and families with Triple P and counseling by providing equitable, accessible, client-driven services, system leadership, and advocacy. Advocacy is the work of our strategy and leadership department, and our role as the lead on children's mental health in Toronto. Our vision, thriving children, youth, and families and communities. Our means to continually strive for this is through our defined 5 pillars. 1 is outreach, visibility, and equity. 2 is system leadership and advocacy. 3 is accessing services and connected pathways. 4 is empowering learning organization. And 5 is efficient technology-enabled organization. Our values are simple: excellence, collaboration, courage, and respect. Our organization has 4 defined service departments, with each department's focus being clearly defined by the type of service. Those 4 departments are autism and developmental services, mental health services, community services, and strategy. So now I'm going to begin a short description of our service departments. So autism and developmental services, they are provided to families with Ontario Autism Program funding. There's also a fee-for-service model for children and youth with an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis. Our autism and developmental services has adult day programming, respite in the summer, and March break and after-school programming for youth, and skill development groups for teens and preteens. Strides is host to 3 entry to school sites that support children with an ASD diagnosis in preparing them for entry to school. Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, is the center of many programs, and it's oversight by the board certified behavior analysts. Our community services. It's just as it's titled. Though we do offer many youth services out of 100 Concilium, most of our work is offered in the community. Services are offered from prenatal to the age of 29. A primary focus for children under 6 is early intervention to ensure they meet developmental milestones and are ready for school, including supporting parents through groups and workshops. Our youth have access to the Zone, a youth wellness hub of Ontario site that offers counseling, life skill development, a nurse practitioner, and case coordinator. It provides varied services under one roof. The Community Services Department outreaches, responds to community requests, and seeks partnerships for collaboration. Services one-to-one, activity-based, group, or workshop-based, both participant-driven and at times participant-led. Each service has its unique intake process or onboarding with an ongoing intake. Offered at one of our sites, in schools, in one of our many partnerships like the Malvern Family Resource. So our community services offers Every Child Belongs, the Youth Outreach Worker Program, Youth in Transition, Respect in Schools Everywhere and Targeted Prevention, New Mentality Youth Group, Studio 2 Multimedia Program, and the Newcomer Youth Engagement Program. Now it's back to you, Feroze.
Thanks, Dale. Now I'm going to talk about mental health services. Our mental health services are for infants, children, youth, and families seeking support for their mental health. Counseling and groups are offered both in person and virtually based on a family's request. Partnership continues to be an important part of the work. These partnerships are other organizations, hospitals, shelters, schools, and the youth justice system, to name a few. Our mental health services included individual, group, and family interventions, mental health counseling treatment, school-based day treatment, living treatment programs, crying clinic, which is single session counseling service for infants and families, WhatsApp walking, single session drop-in counseling service, community resource navigation, and infant mental health. Our service strategy. Strides Toronto is both a service provider as well as the lead agency coordinating infant, child, and youth mental health services in Toronto. Strategy overview. We have programs such as Help Ahead, WhatsApp Walk-in, One Stop Talk, Provincial Youth Outreach Worker. What is Help Ahead? Help Ahead is our central intake point. This is the number to call if you are looking for day treatment, living treatment, or in-home intensive services. WhatsApp Walk-in. The WhatsApp Walk-in Clinic is Toronto's only free 6-day-a-week mental health counseling walk-in service for children, youth, young adults, and families. One Stop Talk, a virtual counseling service available across Ontario to provide youth, children, and caregivers with immediate access to free mental health support when and how they need them. Provincial Youth Outreach Worker. Provincial Youth Outreach Worker program is a program designed to support at-risk youth and their families by providing mentorship, guidance, and connections to community resources. As part of our strategy, we continue to plan and manage publicly funded mental health services. Our location. Strides Toronto offers services at numerous locations around Toronto, within schools, hospitals, shelters, and homes for certain programs. We also offer services virtually by phone or Zoom. And as you see in the screens, these are our offices in Scarborough. How to access our services. You can call Strides Toronto at 416-438-3697, extension 19055, or you can visit our website at stridestoronto.ca. The website covers the program and services details that we talk about them today. That wraps up our main presentation. And now it's time for Q&A. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the Q&A segment and we will do our best to answer them.